My life is artwork, you might not understand this. The way that I spit is like putting strokes on the canvas. Taking notes of all the urban cries. Put it down, materialize, then watch as the paint dries. Better bet the ink, cause every time I think it's time to keep it flow while these other cats sing. No Titanic, too over dramatic. I feel like new edition in the brain now. Tell me, can you stand it? With each word I'm building me a steeple. And if you open my works up, there you'll find my cathedral. You got your wood stains, a little glass paint, but it all tell a story, man. Think that it can't. Where I come from, it's deer hunters and street guns. So I spray these words like the Uzi weighs a ton. It's that heavy. I'm pouring this out from my heart to give you the truth the way that you see is art. Now you can tell by the voice that it ain't the truth, and everything that spit is just like a brushstroke. Paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture. Yo, this life is artwork. Now you can tell by the voice that it ain't a joke, and everything that it spit is like a brushstroke. Paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture. Yo, this life is hard. My prescription, better yet my mission is to visualize and give the world vision. Work to heal the streets with a little audio heat. And smooth it all out over laid back beats. A to the R to the T, Wisco flow. Like you're in a gallery and see a Picasso. But this ain't Picasso, baby. Even though it's like Jay, cause it's gonna drive the world crazy. This is for those admiring and looking. I heat it up for Instagram and flip the rest cooking. It's so acrylic every time that I spit it. My foliage show that I all get it. Speaking of, this art get wows and awes. Like a masterpiece that's up in the halls. Everything is so realistic, but better yet, man, yo, it's so artistic. Cause now you can tell by the voice that it ain't a joke, and everything that spit is just like a brushstroke. Paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture. Yo, this life is artwork. Now you can tell by the voice that it ain't a joke, and everything that it spit is like a brushstroke. Paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture. Yo, this life is artwork. My glaze in, bring the pick on home. I'm just an artiste in the Midwest zone. Now it's a lot of cats that paint, but they ain't making art. Cause they be lying from the very start. So I make it a point that I paint what I feel. Cause I know deep inside what I feel is all real. And this exhibit don't end till I say so. Sincerely yours, Michael Tangelo. Now you can tell by the voice that it ain't a joke, and the way that it spit is like a brushstroke. Paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture. Yo, this life is artwork. Now you can tell by the voice that it ain't a joke, and the way that it spit is like a brushstroke. Paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture. Yo, this life is artwork. It's all artwork, baby. Welcome to my masterpiece, theater. Now you can go on and get a bootleg of it if you need to, you know what I'm saying? You can hang it on your wall, you don't even need a frame. Yo, this life is artwork.
Several people sending me videos of the whole Alabama boat brawl or the battle for Montgomery or whatever you want to call it, and asking me to react to that. After watching several of the videos, I pretty much came to this conclusion. I mean, you got two sides to every story, right? So on one side, you had the white guys who was being inconvenienced by being asked to move their boat. And we all know that's oppression. We all know that's white people problems 101 when you get asked to move your boat. Now, they could have practiced what they've been preaching all these years, and they could have just complied. I mean, they could have had respect for authority, but they didn't do that. They attempted to jump the authority in one of the lamest attempts I've ever seen, and then the black people looked over and saw what was happening. And when they saw what was happening, they didn't see someone being inconvenienced by being asked to move their boat. They saw another day at the office. They saw what they've been going through for years. They saw what they've been trying to talk to us about for years and said, we're sick and tired of this shit, we're going to do something about it, and good for them. You know, I used to play a whole lot of dive bars in East Tennessee, Southeast Kentucky back in the day, a lot of the backwoods places that's closed now. And back when I first started, I was 19 years old, and people would say, man, did you see a lot of fights in those places back then? And I'd say, well, Yeah, but either A, they was over really fast, or B, they was just a good old-fashioned East Tennessee dog whooping that you really didn't want to watch. It was one or the other. But then years later, along come these wannabe country frat boy types that went around cranking up Jason Aldean. And I never worried about those guys because anytime a brawl amongst them broke out, they would swing 50 punches and none of them would connect. And they always had one guy trying to hold them back. Hold me back, man, hold me back, so it looks like I'm trying to get to him. I never worried about those guys. I always worried about the quiet guy in the corner. The guy that was sitting at the end of the bar that was sick and tired and wasn't going to take no more shit. That's who would get up and end the whole thing. That's basically what happened in Montgomery. You had inconvenienced white people and you had black people who said, we're sick and tired of taking this shit. Same thing. And what I love most about this is just how fast it shut down the whole Jason Aldean song and made it look as stupid as we all said it was.
A lot of people are talking about this little kerfuffle that happened down in Mobile, Alabama. A bunch of white racist motherfuckers parked their boat in the wrong spot. A black security guard doing his job comes up and says, hey, you need to move. Well, the white racist motherfuckers didn't like that a bit, so they attack the one black security guard. It doesn't sound like things are going to go well for that security guard. But then all of a sudden, a bunch of other people of color and white people come in and say, fuck that, and they take after these white racists. And they whoop the living shit out of them. Now, you're probably wondering why I bring this up. This is kind of out of my realm. Well, I think this is a perfect illustration, maybe a microcosm of what the Trumplafucks should think about. They keep ranting about a civil war or violence or how they're going to take back America. Well, you Trumplafucks, I want you to take a quick look at that video, or what happened in Mobile, Alabama. Because that is exactly what's going to happen if you come up and say, I'm going to start a civil war. You're going to get the ever-loving shit whooped out of you. So take notice and take the warning. And if you want to try, go ahead. But it's not going to go well for you, motherfuckers.
So I've been asked multiple times today what I think about the Alabama riverboat brawl, the Montgomery motorboating massacre, the pontoon around and find out, the Riverfront battle royale. This is what I have to say about it. And I know Montgomery ain't a small town, but you know all them white dudes were playing that song. Hell, they were probably playing that song on their JBL Bluetooth speaker as they pulled into the dock. And draw that in a small town. We respect people around here. Except for when they asked me to move my bass buggy. This is my bass buggy. I got it at the Bass Pro Shop down in Prattville. It's only $3.25 a month for 15 years. And the party of we respect people around here and law and order will fucking throw hands and sucker punches and flying knees just because they were asked to move their pontoon. All you had to do was move the damn pontoon. The riverboat was coming no matter what. Now look at you, looking all dumb in front of Jesus and everybody on the internet, getting arrested in your Costas and Old Navy swimming trunks. That security guard just trying to do his damn job. But then you want to throw it. You just move the damn pontoon. Boy, that security guard threw his head up like Bobby Shmurda to get up out my trap house. But then all them dudes are jumping on the security guard because, you know, you can't just have one cul-de-sac redneck take on somebody. But then I saw the dude swimming. I like that dude. That dude is awesome. He's like, hell no, I might be tired as motherfucker when I get there, but I'm doing my damn part. And then that one white lady that got through into the damn water like the Goonies on the One-Eye Willie ship. The shit was awesome. But then that one dude that hit the guy with the chair, I was like, oh, this is awesome. And then he hit that one woman. I was like, ooh. But at first I was like, wait, was that a woman? You know, I wasn't sure. You know, I had to go back and watch. And I'm not trying to be mean because the woman was kind of built like Mick Foley. And I have seen Mick Foley take a lot of chair shots. But once I realized it was a woman, I was like, oh, come on now. That's too far. Fight over. It was good while it lasted. And they damn Affliction shirt Avengers deserved everything they got. Roll Tide.
Hey, I'm really proud of y'all. Montgomery Brawl. Bitch, not one but them all. Montgomery Brawl. Shout out bro that can swim. Montgomery Brawl. Salute shit, really all of them. Montgomery Brawl. Shout out Unc with the chair. Montgomery Brawl. Everybody that was there. Montgomery Brawl. Threw the hat off at the start. Montgomery Brawl. Woo. Man, shout out to the girl.
I would first like to say thank you, Connie, for having me on the show. I'd like to give honor to the Great Republic of China for manufacturing me. Well, no, I did have to go to the hospital, but they cleared me for duty. Honestly, I don't know what had happened. I was just sitting there minding my business in a sigh of relief because a woman that hadn't washed her ass in about 2 weeks had just got up from sitting on me. Well, honestly, it was all a blur, Connie, because I just remember this big old strong, strapping, handsome black man just picked me up and just started swinging. Now, don't quote me on this, but all I heard was, "Bitch, this is for my ancestors." Was I worried about the people that I was hitting? I was more concerned about myself if I was going to be able to be unfolded again. I was watching my life pass before my eyes, Connie. The millions of asses that have used and abused me. I felt somewhat vindicated. Sir, please don't sit on me. I'm in an interview. This that shit.
How much I have to fuck around to find out what I need to find out. See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
I told you couldn't park the boat here, man.
Pull up, pal!
Hey, Jack. All right. You got this stuff?
Yeah, all cleaned and oiled.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's get it on.
Who are these guys?
It's my theme music. Every good hero should have some.
That's that Babe Ingram right there, man. And when it all fall down, lay forward. Hard to see forward, no longer ignore it. Some folks talk value about the statue, but when our lives seem to have more value, we come in peace just to get some peace. A cry for justice, pour it out in the streets. Should strike a nerve when you see this reality. Through this BS, yo, we just want humanity. From a code of mama, don't raise no fools. Now I be doggone it, time to change the rules. Cause the only way we gon' deal with these problems is to come up for those held down on bottom. Touchy is a subject that need to be touched, but when we speak up, they say we doing too much. And if you say that you don't get what this about, we ask to throw a hand up, not a handout. So let's talk about it. 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 Didn't wanna give us a book, so we had the book. Salute Harriet. Systems of hate that us stole the book. Now we just been saying it's not a good look. Started to catch it on tape, post live on the book. So what's finna happen now? It's all on the table. Tired of the lies and we tired of the labels. Before we get a chance, we always under aim. They say we play the card, but this not a game. This is the breaking of invisible chains. You dig our fame, but you won't dig the pain. Through all the mess, yo, it's time to invest. Access alone will alleviate stress. Major concern is these babies can't learn. When given a turn, then we all can earn. At the tipping point, it's time for the turn. This ain't revenge, just justice we earn. So let's talk about it. 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 Midwest living make it hard to live. How you remain positive through the negative. The great migration, subliminal frustration. It's like we moved up north to a new plantation. Some do their best just to kill our dreams. Like no white tees, caps and sagging jeans. Why don't you go and just say what you mean? No place for us, so we can't have a scene. We need black spots like we need black props. More wealth in the hood, more black shops. More health in the hood, more black docs. More black Wall Street with more black stocks. More thriving, build it up with all black blocks. It's about time like it's all black clocks. It's about time that we even it out. Seem like we got some things to be talking about. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Hit that like button on the way in.
Let's talk about it.
Alright, y'all.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Welcome everyone to the Real Bravado Network.
Let's talk about it.
We are a Black Issues driven channel over here on this side of YouTube. We attack Black issues over here, not the person. We attack the issues and not the person, especially the issues that keep Black folk from being together. You know, my name is TJ, and I am your facilitator on this journey today. And this is your afternoon coffee break of Have the Conversation. And before we get started, please do me a huge, huge favor and simply
acknowledge me.
That's right. Absolutely acknowledge the Real Bravado Network and the people who support and the guests who support and just support what we're doing over here. All right, so here's the goal. What we're doing for the month, we're streaming live four days a week on your afternoon coffee break with our condensed version of our live in the afternoon 30-minute reaction to the issues that are facing and plaguing Black families over here and Black people. Also, we are on a march to 5K. Can we get to 5K by the end of the month? We are at 50. No, not 50 nothing. We are at, let me take a look at this. Let me see. I don't know. Hold on. You know, you got to scroll through your phone and all that good stuff. I should have had that number right there. All right. We have 4515. So we're just under 500 people away from 5K. Come on, help a brother out, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. We're on our march to 5K over here. We've actually gotten 219 new subscribers in the last week. Let's keep it going. We can get there. We can get there. We can get there. Also, starting next week, we're going to be streaming. I think our regular stream is now going to be 4 days a week at the 1 o'clock Central, 2 o'clock Eastern, and then we're going to do our long form stream at in the evenings 3 times a month at 8 o'clock in the evening. We're going to start next week when we actually going to do a 3-part series on the rise and death of the Black family. But today we're going to get to it. We're going to get 30 minutes into our reaction and get up out of here. Appreciate everybody that's here. Tell a friend. Welcome on the D to the building. Listen, so, you know, black men in this space often get accused of, we're always getting accused of being bitter and angry and do not like black women and all of this stuff. And I've been accused of it by people who've known me for 15, 20 years. And all I'm doing over here is bringing up the issues. They act like on my channel that I don't talk about anything. I got accused of not talking about anything other than the issues that plague black women. I want you guys, if you got a chance, go on my, no, you don't need to go, on my YouTube page. At the beginning of the year, I did a 3-part live stream that entitled Black Men Can't Lead. And we broke down the black man's image. We talked about the concept of buck breaking and the Willie Lynch, which is all affected by the black man leadership. We talked about cowardly black men. We talked about, and then when we finished that, the very next 2 streams in a row, we talked about how black men, how we are not our grandfather's kind of men. Then the next stream after that, we talked about the hurtful truth that black men need to understand. Then the very next stream after that, we talked about how black men need to do more. Those are all my titles. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 streams in a row. Oh, I forgot about that. The black men winning, losing, or weak. Are we winning, losing, or weak? Oh, we're not gonna. We also talked about black men's word, how our word is our bond, and our word might not be ish anymore. And then we talked about how black men have female software. That was the next stream after that. And we talked about the burdens of black men entitled My Failures and Struggles as a Black Man. Let me explain something to you. So that is a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 consecutive streams where we were holding black men accountable. But yet and still, all I do over here is just talk about the stuff that's going on with black women. And we're not going to mention the fact that for the last, since roughly about 1980, every public media platform out there has always held black men accountable for our failings. We've been dogged and ran through the mud by our women, by white women, by white men, by the great society, the dominant society. Black men have been, we've been held to task for our failures as a collective and as an individual. But yet and still, the last 3 to 4 years, when we finally said, listen, our women have a huge role to play in where we are right now. In fact, most of why we are where we are right now have been done at the express permission of our women, because they have been in charge of the black family since around 1970. But yet and still, because we decide that we want to point out the issues and stuff, and listen, we have a 75% failure rate for our black women, meaning having kids out of wedlock, multiple kids out of wedlock with multiple different baby daddies and unmarried. So because we have the audacity to go against Queen Mother and her rule and her reign and her decision making, because we have the nerve to go against all of that, we're bitter, angry, hate our mamas, almost all of that stuff. That's where we're at. That's where we're at with that. But because I'm a kind man, because I like additional information. So what we've been doing all the week, or what we're going to continue to do this week, is to try to listen to our black women. Listen to their perspective and point of view again. Today, we're going to review a conversation from the YouTube channel, We Need to Talk. And the conversation is going to be about the sisters philosophy is black men are intimidated by black women. So I'm going to listen. I'm going to react. I hope you guys listen out there are going to listen, and we're going to react to why this sister thinks black men are intimidated by black women. Welcome, Mr. Elemento, to the stream.
Peace and blessings, y'all. How you doing?
Good. Why are black men intimidated by black women?
I don't know why they would be. I don't know why they should be. I don't know why. Really, it boggles my brain.
Okay, well, you know what? With men, it's not like we're not gonna sit and say that we understand and know everything. So we're gonna listen to the female delegation or part of the female delegation, because she's gonna explain what makes, I guess, black men so intimidated by our women. I don't know. Okay, let's take a quick listen, brother. Before we get started, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and hit that countdown clock. Okay. All right. So where we are, we're at 29 minutes and 50 seconds, and then we're out of here. Hold
on. Going back to something you said earlier, what is your theory as to why so many wonderful black women are so single?
Wait. Right. You know what? I'm not. You know what? No, I ain't doing it. I ain't even do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna say it. 2 seconds in the okay. I'm not gonna do it. Let me just get rolling. Good Lord.
I don't have a theory. If I had an actual theory, I wouldn't be single.
So going back to something you said earlier, what is your theory as to why so many wonderful black women are so single?
I don't have a theory. If I had
So the female delegation right off the bat goes, I don't know. So
that's I mean, looking to us for answers, and they don't have one themselves. Kind of troubling.
But she said that I don't know. I ain't got no theory, but okay. I'm reacting with this with you guys. We're like 4 seconds into this.
Right.
She don't. Well, for the so many good black women are single. Here's the thing. Men like things that are good, right? We like good food, good clothes, good cologne, good cars, good women. We don't let things that are good just sit out there being unscooped up by us if we can. We just don't do that. Yeah. So many good. Okay. All right. Let me see what the brother. Let me see what she got to say. All right. I'm gonna let it roll. I'm not gonna interrupt. That was 16 seconds. Let me.
So going back to something you said earlier, what is your theory as to why so many wonderful black women are so single?
I don't have a theory. If I had an actual theory, I wouldn't be single. I do think that a part of it comes from, and I can only speak for me, I think that once you get to a certain age and you have a certain amount of degrees or titles, that you become intimidating to men.
Mr. Elemento. This narrative have had to start it somewhere. Mm-hmm. Where in the world did our women get the idea that a degree and a title is somehow intimidating?
I think it started with the fact that people in general started making that the first foot forward. is I'm this. I'm at this level. And if you can't meet me at this level, then don't waste your time. Right? I think sometimes in this day and age, it's not necessarily the degrees and titles, it's the titles of the things that you have, right? How much luxury brands do you carry? Right. But I don't think it makes them, intimidating. I think that stature,
but our women are getting this from somewhere. I don't know. Now listen, I have heard guys tell women, I've heard very few of them, but I've heard guys tell women, I can't deal with you because of X, Y, Z. You got so much going on and I can't measure up and da 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 da. I've heard that. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to decode for a lot of women, if for some strange reason you hear that out of a man. Let me explain something to you. He's lying to you. Black men in general are just, we know our women very well. We know them better than they know us. And we know one true thing about our women. Our women cannot accept, deal with, or process rejection. We know that. And so in order for us not to be the bad guy, when we're not really feeling somebody, we tend to come up with, when we're doing the separating of the thing from the woman, we tend to come up with things that will make them feel good about the fact that we're walking away. And we lie to them. And I think that these ladies receive this information. It feeds into their ego. It makes them feel better about the fact that he's kicking rocks. And then they go back and spread this nonsense to their women. Ladies, let me tell you something. When a brother starts to tell you, oh, you got all of this going on and I can't do this and I can't do that, that motherfucker ain't meaning not a damn thing that he's saying to you. He doesn't mean that. What he really means, I don't want you. You are too much to deal with. I don't want to have to deal with your brand of fuckery. That's what we're really telling you. But because we are conditioned not to hurt these ladies' feelings or anything like that, so we come up with this cockamamie stories, and that's not the only thing we tell women. Oh, I'm just not ready for you. And then 4 months later, he's married to somebody else. You like, what the, in your head spun. But he wasn't ready. Oh, I've been traumatized and been mistreated and cheated on by all my other women, so I can't really give all myself to you. We're lying to you. We're lying to you because you have told us throughout the ages that you prefer us to lie to you than to tell you the truth. Let me see what else this lady got to say.
It's become intimidating to them because, especially if, like, in my situation, like, I don't have any kids, I've never married, never been divorced, none of that stuff. So, and I have the degrees, and I have businesses, like, and I do this and that. Like, that can be intimidating because if I met someone who, when I meet men who intimidate me, it's because they have, like, this, like all.
So here we go again. We mentioned this yesterday.
Yep.
Assessing a man,
mm-hmm.
How you expecting a man to assess you, how you assess a man. That is not how that works.
Right.
That is not how that works. And why? We've been telling women now for the last 3.5 to 4 years. That's not how we pick you. Why do you continue to expect us to pick you the way you pick a man? What you're telling me when you are insisting on that narrative, to insisting on men picking you, how you pick us, you're telling me, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're telling me that you prefer to actually be in a relationship with another woman. Because you're asking men to pick you based on non-male traits. non-male things. We don't pick you based on your degree, your businesses, which ain't none of you got no businesses, plural businesses, selling lashes and passion party dildos. Ain't a damn business.
Listen, even
I'm
once
in
they have
real
those
estate.
things, it still turns into something else. Even once they have those things, right? You come across people, who have exactly what this woman said, who also said she was single, right? She has this, she has that, she has these things, right? At one point when she thought those things were more important, and now that she has them, she's actually looking for the love that she's actually, feeling like she missed out on. But now she feels like, oh, now I'm unapproachable or intimidating because I got all this. Because you may move like you got all that because you don't want somebody to come and be a part of your life. It's just, this is how it is all the time, right? Once you get to that level, you call the shots. There is no bending, right? Like the brother said yesterday, the feminist curriculum for men, right? Like what you're talking about. They want to have us choose them the way they choose us. It just doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way. And it's like, we keep telling them that and they don't believe it. They don't believe it. They don't understand that the reason why you're not finding the appropriate male is because it's your attitude and your world perspective. You are operating and moving in the world like a man. And if you are a 10 toes down heterosexual man, you don't want no other man in your space.
Ooh, that's heavy right there, man. That isn't that crazy sometimes, right?
I'm not in a relationship with a woman who act like a dude. My daughter's mother acts like a dude.
Not about that life.
All aggressive and rough. And I told my daughter, I can't deal with you because one of these days I'm not advocating for this, and I've never done this. But when you start acting and moving and behaving like a guy, I don't see you as a woman no more. You everything you bring to me is masculine. And when here's the thing, the way our women interact with us in that mode, men don't act like that with each other because there's going to be a problem. The only way we acting like that with each other when we're trying to impose our will over another guy. And even if you are able to do that, you still ain't gonna get away from that without that dude bucking up and shooting a fair one with you.
Right.
They found out the hard way in Alabama about black men when you buck up against us.
It's going down, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That
even
level of
when
aggression has no place in relationships, in my opinion.
Right.
It doesn't. It only brings in a level of toxicity that spells the end of any relationship, right? Like you said, it's, once you go to that route and you start approaching your partner with that level of aggression, what sort of response do you think you're going to get? There is only one response to that, right? But the difference between, men and women in that situation, women can automatically turn it and say, oh my gosh, they forced me to do this and I was defending myself. It doesn't always work that way for men.
It doesn't always work that way. And I don't understand why. Let's just continue with this lady saying, I don't get why they won't listen to us. They won't listen. They don't believe that. For some reason, they think they really believe that it's kind of hard for me to even engage in that conversation about their education, their job title, their money, when the facts remain that the vast majority of women, like 92% of our women, earn less than $70,000 a year. Our women do not have this money that they have. If our women got they tell me we're the most educated. You are not the most educated. You are the most enrolled. That does not mean you are completing it. You are the most enrolled in these bachelor level programs. That doesn't make you the most quote unquote educated. That's some nonsense. And making you being the most, what does that serve you? I'm not saying don't go get an education. And with all the education, with all them businesses and all this, all your lash and passion parties and dildos, selling dildos, and all your so-called real estate and all of this, all your, you know, wig and weave parties you be having, with all of that crap that you guys claiming that you have, you still earn only about $33,000 to $35,000 a year. Your black man earns almost 15 grand a year more than you do on average. You don't have all this money. So the conversation about women having all of this money and all of this stuff and all of these resources, it's just a bold-faced lie. And the conversation around that is a bold-faced lie. And women to get up here that do make that kind of money and be like, yes, we do. No, you do not. If you look at the whole, our women do not. Do not. Most of our women work for a government or retail or some kind of service industry, which all pay less than 40 grand a year.
Yeah.
Even those with degrees. I work in the social services environment, you know, during the day, and I'm surrounded by case managers and all these high level, you know, therapists and intake workers, and none of them, because it's all public record, none of them make 40 grand. Dang. And we're talking about, and I'm one of maybe 4 guys of hundreds of people in my department. I'm one of like 4. And none of these women are making over 40 grand a year. And these are women with bachelor's and master's degrees. What are you talking about?
What?
These things.
Whoa.
So I think that is a big part, because now like black women are some of the most educated women, and we're out here getting degrees and getting this and getting that, and we're being independent, and we have our own, like, we're not trying to wait for necessarily a man at this point in life. And I can only say that for like 30.
You got your own debt. Be quiet.
Enough, because that's where I'm at. But yeah, and I think that it doesn't become a big deal that you're single until after you hit 30 as a black female.
So let's dig deeper. Because I think we can go further than it's because men are intimidated of me. I think there's more there.
Well, yeah, I think that's a big part of it, though. It's the intimidation factor.
Okay, so tell me more.
I think
so, Mr. Elemental, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So I just popped into the AI software called ChatGPT, right?
I'm familiar.
So I wrote into ChatGPT, I wrote, what do black women mean by black men are intimidated by them? I was just curious what the AI software are going to say.
So am I.
So it spoke back, it spit back. Let me see. It said something about, it gave me 6 reasons. So the AI software is even talking the same talking points that the women are. The reason why black men are intimidated: success and ambition. We black women, those who are highly educated and professional, successful, feel that their accomplishments might intimidate some black men. False. The second one, strong independence. Black women have often assumed the roles of strength, resilience, and independence, sometimes out of necessity due to social changes, societal changes. They change the structure. Our women change the structure of our families. What are you talking about? This strong sense of independence can sometimes be misrepresented as a lack of need or desire for partnership. No, it's not being misrepresented. They're telling us that they don't want us. That's not a misrepresentation. Cultural expectations. Our black women defy cultural expectations by being outspoken, ambitious, and breaking traditional molds. This might seem intimidating. This is what the AI software is spitting back. Wow. This is all female feminist propaganda talking points. This is some bullshit. Because this is not how black men feel. Oh, we can't get away from the number 4, the past traumas due to racism. So black men feel intimidated by their women because of racism. Okay.
What?
We feel intimidated by our women because of stereotypes.
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Here's the stereotypes. Black women have been stereotyped into being aggressive and confrontational. That's a stereotype, they say. Okay. That's what the AI software says. But why? This is AI software.
Wow.
It's saying the exact same thing as the women, but when you speak to black men in total, none of us use this language or dialogue or reasoning as to why we're not with the more highly educated, more advanced women. We're not with them because they don't want us. They don't think we're good enough. The average black man is a laborer. We're not good enough for them.
Right.
Calling Ebony K. Williams, I'm not gonna date a bus driver.
Yeah, I was just about to go to that. Right. You shouldn't have to settle for what you don't want because he's a bus driver and you're a college professor. Okay. Well,
you're not a college professor.
You want a trophy. That's all. You don't want true love in your life. You don't want a true, lasting, nurturing relationship if you have to have somebody at a certain level with a certain title.
This is crazy.
Besides the intimidation factor, I think it's also, it seems like black men want things that black women aren't willing to do. Like I'm not trying to just like cater to your world. Like,
she's brutally honest. Gotta love it.
Sure.
Black women are not willing to do the things that black men want. That's exactly what she said.
But expect that in return, though.
But have the expectation of that in return.
That exact and more.
And more.
Believe
you're not black women ain't willing to do shit, but we have to conquer the world for you in exchange. What we get nothing in return. But I'm bitter. I'm the one that hates a black woman because I'm pointing out the thing that they're saying. They're openly saying that they don't want us. But I'm the bitter one. I'm misunderstanding. I'm being negative. I'm the one that's downgrading our women. I'm the one that's not holding out. We're not protecting them. They don't want protection from us. They're telling us in multiple phases that they do not want anything from us as far if it means that they have to come into cooperation with us. But they'll go to their job and submit to Jim Beasley and be
shucking job all day long. People period just do that.
Be in cooperation with their white boss man. Bend over backwards. Will help excommunicate any brother from the job that the white man don't want. Will help come do that. And then sit around talking about we not being protected. You don't want to be protected.
I need you to be a part of my world too. I expect you to have your shit together too. It's just like, I think that there are expectations that black men feel that black women have that are too high, like standard wise. And I don't think that, I'm not saying that everyone.
It's not that black men have no problems with high expectations because we have to be 2 and 3 times better than our white male counterparts to get less. High expectations is not. So high expectations is not something that black men are scurrying away from. You have expectations that don't even reach this universe. Your expectations are outside of our solar system. We don't even have a manned spacecraft that can get to the outside of our solar system, but our women have expectations that are outside of our solar system. Hold on.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Oh man, I said I was gonna get that loonies drop, and I as soon as I'm done with that, I'm gonna go get that loonies drop and put that in there. Shout out to my good sister Almond Eyes. I invaded this sister, man. She had a good live stream last night talking about the brawl to end all brawls in Alabama, the Alabama Battle Royal, you know.
Right.
She had a stream last night talking about that, and I crashed her stream for a little bit last night to get some more information to chop it up with the sister. Brand new content creator. She's very good. Y'all go out there. Almond, if you can go ahead, I don't have it right at the ready. Drop your channel link in the chat for me. So make sure that your channel link's in the chat. They know it's not the norm, which is why they want it. So they can stunt and say I did it and you can't. Yeah.
Ooh.
Flexing. That's all they want to do is flex. But here's my question. When women give me all of this pushback about what they want and what we should be doing and how we should be behaving, and I'm not doing, you know, and I always ask the question, you want all of this to what end? To what end?
Right.
To what end? Right now it's not like, you know, in the late 80s, 90s, we used to talk about that the black family is dying. It's not dying, it's dead. That's why we're going to start that whole stream about the rise and death of the black family. There is no more dying for black people. We are already dead.
I mean, the family structure that we know it, right? Even the story that you were telling yesterday, right? About your grandparents and your uncles and all that doesn't exist really anymore.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Sorry, Mr. Elemental. I was too quick on the trigger and cut you off. I'm sorry about that.
No. Hey, we were talking about that yesterday too. Acknowledge the folks. Appreciate that. Real.
Yeah. Good look. Mr. Team Peterson, things that men find attractive aren't material. No, and I'm assuming he's talking about in women. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
We are attracted to the non-material things about a woman.
Yes. That's what the brother was saying yesterday in the stream, right? Like, what does she look like? What is her disposition, right? I could care less how much money she makes. I could care less what her work schedule is.
Let me go off on a tangent. I'm 45 now, so remove 20 years. That puts me at 25. Then remove another 10. That's 30. Oh, my God. Ask the women around you, Mr. Elemento. Ask the women around you. What is the longest reigning female friendship that they have? That's not a relative. Most, they always, I'm going somewhere and I'm sidetracking a little bit, but I'm going somewhere with this. Mm-hmm. Women always complain about men are not loyal. Mm-hmm. Yet men are very much Old Yeller. If people are old enough to remember the story of Old Yeller, it's a book about a dog.
It's about a dog, right?
It's a book about a dog. I'm not saying men are dogs, but we got doggish ways. Most men, when they partner up, either with a platonic friend, your homeboy, when a man says, I fucks with you, I fucks with you.
Yep.
My best friend, Mr. Cooper, we've been friends now for 35 years. How many women are still super close, like sisters, with a female that they knew in elementary school, middle school, or even high school? Hell, even college.
It's few. It's a few.
Most guys, their male friends are the epitome of day one. And a lot of women, when they talk about their day one friends, they're talking about a chick that they met maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah.
How many homeboys? Don't you got a couple homeboys, man, that you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, me and my partners go way back. Yeah.
Look, my homeboy, his sister passed away back in February, and 35 years, man. We roll, like, he got to go settle her estate in Atlanta next week. I'm rolling out to Atlanta, go help my buddies help finish up, clear out the house, do an estate sale. I'm going to, man, that dude called me, man, I drop everything.
Yep.
Look, this cat, about 10 or 15 years ago, got into a situation, of no fault of his own. A consortium of ladies came in and took over the board of directors of the agency that he ran, and they ousted him because he was the area director for the Head Start program in my county, which is a huge position. And the ladies that came in that took over the agency that oversaw his Head Start school felt that he was not the appropriate face of Head Start because he was a man.
What?
So the black woman that took over the agency that oversaw the Head Start school, which he was the area director. We're talking about the area director, meaning he oversaw 3 counties of Head Start program, and she came in and she fired him. So a black woman fired him because he was a black dude and said that position belonged to a black woman. So a few months into him, being unemployed, being out there back in the market, and by the way, he had been with that agency. He had rose up through the ranks. He had been with that agency at that point. He had been with that agency 15 years. And then he had been in that position for 3.5 or 4 years. And this lady came in from the overseeing agency and got rid of him. So, well, she didn't fire him. His contract ended and she didn't renew his contract. Because that position was a contractor position, and she put in an assistant. By the way, that Head Start program, it was so poorly mismanaged by the overseeing lady and the federal government came in and took it over and cleared it out and put out the RFP for another agency to do it. So now a predominantly white agency now runs this Head Start program in my hometown. I'm just telling you what happened. So. Smoke and talk. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna rinse you up, bro. Just give me a little bit. So my brother, a few months into it, he came to me. He was like, bro, I'm a little bad down. Can you help a brother out? I need a couple grand. First of all, ain't nobody in my life at that point had ever asked me for that kind of money. I damn near passed out. We're in our 30s. A couple grand is basically like having 20 grand. You know what I mean? For us. Sure. And without hesitation, gave it to him. There are family members I would never give them. There are family members I would give $100 to. Gave it to him. Here you go. Gave it to him. Don't worry about paying me back. Take care of your wife, your family, your mortgage, whatever this can get you through. Don't worry about paying it back. And we went on with our friendship like nothing ever happened. Like I never gave him the money, like nothing happened. When the brother got back up on his feet, and when I say he got back up on his feet, the brother got back up on his feet. The brother got back up over his feet. He became a superintendent of over the largest school district in Wisconsin. Damn. Lord have mercy, got back up on his feet. All of a sudden, one day we was, he's like, oh, we're gonna watch the Packer game, bro. Come on through. Okay, because his wife is an excellent cook. So I went over there. Every time he told me Fee was cooking, man, it was like sis cooking. I'm running. I got over there and sat down, got plates. His wife served us the big old place of some of everything, and halfway through the Packer game, he goes into his pocket, wad of money, slams it on the coffee table. Here you go, bro. Love you to death for what you did for me. This is about 2 years later. I literally believe it or not, I literally have forgot that I gave him that kind of money because it wasn't about my friendship with him. I told him not to pay it back. There was no expectation that this is my investment into you.
Right.
Men are loyal creatures. Absolutely. I know I kind of went off on a sidetrack a lot of times, but how many of our ladies are out there that are that loyal? They leave their husbands who they're supposed to cleave to. Leave your husband and cleave to Leave your father and cleave to your husband.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
What up, big bro? Energy don't die with the $2 super chat. Bruh. What's up? I think this is your... If you see me, this is the first time I'm getting a super chat from you. Look, dude, I'm a huge proponent of being I'm eternally grateful for any contributions to what I do. That lets me know that I'm doing a little bit something right, just a little bit. So I really appreciate that big time. You don't understand. People are like, why do you go so hard for a $2? Because $2 more than what I had. $2 are going to the platform. I keep telling. I said it yesterday. It's not the $2. It's what the money represents. It represents the thing that this brother will never get back. His time. It took time for him to earn that money, and he will never get that back. That is gone forever. And when you part with those dollars, you're parting with something that you will never get back. Now, the physical dollar, he'll get back again. But what it represented to get that, he'll never get back. So that's kind of why I went off on that tangent yesterday about these other content creators, not really recognizing their super chats on a regular basis. Recognize your cash apps, your super chats. Keep that crap open right in front of you. Don't let 30 minutes go by without you trying to acknowledge them, because then you're going to forget them. To me, that's really disrespectful. That's very disrespectful. So if I got to be the battering ram on that one, and I tell people all the time, if you want to know how to do your super chats correctly, watch a podcast called the Do Better Podcast with Theo. Theo is the perfect example how you recognize the people who contribute to what you're doing, because they don't have to do this, and they don't have to take the time to sit there and watch us chop it up. They don't have to do that. Let's get back to the sister.
Standards aren't high. Like, I have high standards, and so I get it. Like, that disqualifies people in my mind. So, it is what it is. But I do think that plays a part in it, or Black men are just like, nah, she thinks she this, or she thinks she that, or I want me a bad bitch just out here with, like, maybe I'm not gonna be out here with my ass out. Like, maybe that's not gonna be me. Like,
bruh.
I don't know where that one came from. I have no idea where that one came from.
The stuff that they tell themselves. That woman, what are you talking about? Like, it's like they're having like these imaginary. It's like they're having this like imaginary war or conversation in their brain that no one else is privy to, and then they talk as if we all just saw what they saw. At times they sound like schizophrenics, like paranoid schizophrenics. Real quick,
I think it's about reactions, really.
Real quick, guys. Tomorrow, we got a special guest tomorrow. We're having a lady join the conversation tomorrow, and we're having one of our fellow YouTube content creators. Her YouTube channel is, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to go out here and pull it up right now. Her YouTube channel is called My Sexy is Strong. That's the YouTube channel that she creates. Her name is Terry, and her nickname is My Sexy. Let me type this strong. Her nickname on YouTube is Coco Strong. And the reason why she do that, because she's a chocolate sister. She's a chocolate sister who is a fitness instructor. And she does a lot of consultations. But on her channel, she cooks. She cooks and have conversations about the topics of what's going on right now. So I have been over on her channel, in her chat, firing her up, gaslighting her over stuff. She is agreeable and disagreeable with some of my perspective. And she's quite spirited when we're having these kind of conversations, and she doesn't hold back. So
great.
My Sexy is Strong is going to be with us tomorrow. Coco Swole, aka Coco Swole, aka the cook, aka the fitness instructor, aka Chocolate Thunder herself, is going to be there with us tomorrow. She's actually 1 hour from now going live. So I just dropped her channel in the link. So an hour from now, click her channel, go live and watch Coco Strong cook up some stuff. Watch her talk some ish. I don't know what's she talking about. Let me look. Cooking with Coco. Oh, she's going to be seasoning greens today. Oh, she cooking some greens today. So I don't know what salt-free, sugar-free, oil-free, all-purpose herb seasoning for greens. But I don't know what topic she's talking about today. She always talks about a topical topic while she's cooking her food. So on her cooking show, she's gonna be with us tomorrow to continue the week of us trying to listen to the ladies about their perspective, and we're gonna see how me and Coco Strong. Hopefully we won't be well, no, she ain't that type of gal, but she's definitely got her opinions and her thoughts, and she's gonna be a very welcome addition to tomorrow midday live stream with us. So I just thought I would say that Coco, y'all don't need all that for greens. She's gonna be with us tomorrow, and I'm pretty excited about the fact that she's gonna be with us tomorrow.
Maybe I'm gonna want you home on the weekend every other time, like.
So I think part of the reason we're missing each other is I think your idea of a black man is different than mine.
Well, of course, because you're a black man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but
I mean, that was probably the most profound thing that brother said. Her idea of a black man is very different from ours. I think there's some absolute truth to that statement.
Yes, indeed.
So she's agreeing with that, and she goes, "Of course, because you are a black man." That sauciness, that, and it's almost dismissive to a degree. That's why I can't wait for Coco Strong. So when we break this stuff down, and I give her my impression of what the ladies are saying on these videos, and maybe I can get, because I'm interested in the listening. I'm interested in the listening. I want to listen, but I'm telling you how these comments are landing on me as a guy.
Because of that, like, there might be certain things I say about black women, and you're like, who are you talking about? And then there might be certain things you say about black men. I'm like, who are you talking about? Yeah. So let's do this. In as much detail as you can, describe your ideal black man.
Hard. My ideal black man. Okay.
It was the elemental. You want to take a guess? Anybody that's still in the chat, she's gonna describe her ideal black man. What do y'all think she gonna say? 7 feet tall.
Yeah, there's gonna be a height in there, probably. Yes. You know what I mean? A demeanor,
17,
athletic,
19-inch dingling.
You know what I mean?
$300K a year, likes to cuddle, listens to everything I say, knows all my needs, sucks on my toes while I tickle my booty all at the same time, and is an excellent father.
And never acknowledges another beautiful woman in any room ever.
Yeah. Let's see what she got to say.
I would like someone who is financially stable.
Of course.
Who is emotionally mature and is able to communicate.
Y'all not even honest about what you want, because what you say you want and what you pick are two different things. They don't pick what they want. Well, that's because the thing that they want don't want them.
A adult level with me, someone who is responsible, who is driven and passionate in whatever they're doing. So whether it's in your 9-to-5 job, or if you're a hustler and you're out here as a creative or as an entrepreneur, like, you got to be doing something. Like,
you better be doing something. Do you hear? She's ordering us. You better be. Or what?
Or there will be no us.
Or what?
you have to be in motion doing something, right?
Be.
Making them understand or believe that you're doing enough to make them comfortable enough to allow you to stay.
Or
right?
what? That's always my thing. I better be or what? Let's see what the sister got to say. Lord have mercy.
You got to be doing something. Like, we're not sitting here just hoping and wishing. I want someone who is able to, like, truly romance me. Like, take me on the dates and buy me sweet things and text me in the middle of the day and call me at night.
Good Lord, this woman's list, as she talks, just keep getting low. So he got to be financially stable. You got to be creative. You got to be an adult. You got to romance me. You got to text me in the middle of the night. He's asleep, but he got to get up and text her in the middle of the night, even though he's asleep. So you got to get up in the middle of the night, text me, be financially stable, be creative. You better be doing something. Whew. And remember at the beginning, she goes, I don't know why I'm single.
Right.
You know, let's go on trips. I want someone that's going to be adventurous and
adventurous.
Who is
what?
A dreamer. Like, I
dreamer?
need someone who can dream too, because I'm a creative and I'm a creative mind, and I can't be with someone who is just satisfied at just existing. Like, I need you to have some passion in your life.
Lord have
my
mercy.
ideal man also is super family oriented, like loves family, not a mama's boy.
Yes.
I need you to be with me. I need you to know, like, hey, it's here, you know.
Absolutely.
But I want you to love your family, and if you have children, take care of your kids. Be taking care of your kids. Like, if you got a kid, you need to be taking care of it. If we're together, like, that's something that I need. I would prefer someone not to have a child so that we can start a family together. But that's very...
And start a family. Whew.
I literally lost count.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Let's give it up for the...
I don't know what
Let's
know what
give
you
it up
think
for the
a person
sister for
would
her
do.
list.
I mean, shit, if you hustling that hard and doing all that to make the kind of money that you need to have to support her, you're not gonna be awake.
Let's give it up. Look, let's give it up to the sister for her list. And let's not forget what she said at the beginning of all of this. She doesn't know why she's single.
Right.
I'm gonna play a little bit more. Our 30-minute timer has expired, but so that means we gotta end the chat and get ready for tomorrow. But let me play just a little bit more. I can break the rules over here a little bit.
Unlikely right now. It's hard to find men that don't have kids that are 30 plus. They're out.
She's a bold-faced lie. 54% of Black men are single, childless, and have enough money to be considered middle class. She's an absolute lie.
Wow.
There are only 22%, less than 22% of Black women have children. I mean, that don't have children. 75% of our Black women have children.
Wow.
That's damn near all of them. She's a bold-faced lie. The majority of Black men do not have children. You can throw a rock and hit a man that doesn't have a child over 30. Because most of us
not
don't.
In her neighborhood, not where she from. And that's again, I think all of this is still based on whatever radius you live in. This is not widespread. This is small sample size.
Yep, Team Peterson, I call BS on that bull crap too. Let's see what else the sister has to say.
There, but I haven't seen tons of them. Yeah, I think I also want someone that's like spiritual. Like, you got it.
Oh my God, is she still going on this list?
Goodness.
Look. You know what, Mr. Elemental? I'm cashing out. I'm cashing out. Our 30 minutes have expired. We're gonna pick this up tomorrow. Lord have mercy.
Goodness.
Still rocking on that doggone list. Listen, y'all. those of you who gonna watch it back later, those of you still in the stream, tomorrow, Coco Swole, My Sexy is Strong. She's going live in about an hour or so. She's gonna be with us tomorrow, and we're gonna get it in. We're gonna pick this up. I had like a different video for her, but I might come back and redo this one with her. This is because I truly want to learn. This sounds. I'm reacting, everybody, to how this is landing on me as a guy. How this is landing on me. And our women keep saying that we're bitter and angry towards them and we don't listen. And every episode that we do over here is about downgrading a woman. And I'm truly, truly, truly trying to listen and understand, but this crap sounds crazy to me. And maybe the women are right. Maybe we're the crazy ones. But I always say this, though. If black folk or black women have got the game and gone with it, if the way you think, process, pick, choose, and if all of that, if you're doing the right thing and if you're doing all of that, then why are you the least married group of women out here? If what you're doing works.
Because they're not willing to date bus drivers. You know what I mean?
That's that Babe Ingram right there, man. And when it all fall down, lay forward, hard to see forward, no longer ignore it. Some folks talk value about the statue, but when our lives seem to have more value, we come in peace just to get some peace. A cry for justice, pour it out in the streets. Should strike a nerve when you see this reality. Through this BS, yo, we just want humanity. From a code of mama, don't raise no fools. Now I'll be doggone it, time to change the rules. Cause the only way we gon' deal with these problems is to come up for those held down the bottom. Touchy is a subject that need to be touched, but when we speak up, instead we doing too much. And if you say that you don't get what this about, we ask to throw a hand up, not a handout. So let's talk about it. 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 Give us a book, so we in the book. Solid area systems of hating that us stole the book. Now we just been saying it's not a good look. Started to catch it on tape, post live on the book. So what's finna happen now? It's all on the table. Tired of the lies and we tired of the labels. Before we get a chance, we always under aim. They say we play the card, but this not a game. This is the breaking of invisible chains. You dig our fame, but you won't dig the pain. Through all the mess, yo, it's time to invest. Access alone will alleviate stress. Major concern is these babies can't learn. When given a turn, then we all can earn. At the tipping point, it's time for the turn. This ain't revenge, just justice we yearn. So let's talk about it. 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 Midwest living make it hard to live. How you remain positive through the negative. The great migration, subliminal frustration. It's like we moved up north to a new plantation. Some do their best just to kill our dreams. Like no white tees, caps and sagging jeans. Why don't you go and just say what you mean? No place for us, so we can't have a scene. We need black spots like we need black props. More wealth in the hood, more black shops. More health in the hood, more black docs. More black Wall Street with more black stocks. More thriving, build it up with all black blocks. It's about time like it's all black clocks. It's about time that we even it out. Seem like we got some things to be talking about. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.